Monero value equivalent to 2,611 rands a coin. The present cost range 2,571 2,650. The earlier day close 2,605. The change was +6, +23%. Reverse rate ZAR to XMR. Monero cost expectation for September 2024. At the outset, cost at 2,655 rands. Excessive cost 2,655, while low cost 2,144. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,440. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2,305. Change for September 13.2%. Monero conjecture for October 2024. At the outset, cost at 2,305 rands. Excessive cost 2,490, while low cost 2,164. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,322. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 23.27. Change for October 10%. Monero cost expectation for November 2024. To start with, cost at 23.27 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,369, while low cost 2,059. They found the middle value of cost 22.42. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 2014. Change for November 4.9%. Monero gauge for December 2024. To start with, cost at 22.14 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,356, while low cost 20.48. They found the middle value of cost 22.05. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 2202. Change for December's at 5%. Monero cost expectation for January 2025. First and foremost, cost at 2,202 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,729, while low cost 2,202. They found the middle value of cost 24.21. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 2,550. Change for January 15.8%. Monero estimate for February 2025. First and foremost, cost at 2,550 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,802, while low cost 2,436. They found the middle value of cost 2,602. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 26-19. Change for February 27%. Monero cost expectation for Walk 2025. In the first place, cost at 2,619 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,634, while low cost 2,290. They found the middle value of cost 2,501. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 2,462. Change for spring 60%. Monero gauge for April 2025. Before all else, cost at 2,462 rands. Excessive cost 2,462, while low cost 2,084. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,312. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2041. Change for April 9%. Monero cost expectation for May 2025. To start with, cost at 2,241 rands. Exorbitant cost 2,636, while low cost 2,241. They found the middle value of cost 2,396. Monero cost gauge toward the month's end 2,464. Change for May 10%. Monero gauge for June 2025. In the first place, cost at 2,464 rands. Excessive cost 2,659, while low cost 2,311. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,480. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2,485. Change for June 29%. Monero cost expectation for July 2025. Before all else, cost at 2,485 rands. Excessive cost 2,700, while low cost 2,346. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,514. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2,523. Change for July 15%. Monero conjecture for August 2025. Before all else, cost at 2,523 rands. Excessive cost 2,736, while low cost 2,378. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,549. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2,557. Change for August 13%. Monero cost expectation for September 2025. Initially cost at 2,557 rands. Excessive cost 2,557, while low cost 2,822. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2,380. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2,282. Change for September 10.8%. Monero figure for October 2025. Initially cost at 2282 rands. Excessive cost 2832, while low cost 2282. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 2511. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2647. Change for October 16%. Monero cost expectation for November 2025. First and foremost cost at 2647 rands. Exorbitant cost 2874, while low cost 2498. They found the middle value of cost 2676. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 2686. Change for November 15%. Monero estimate for December 2025. First and foremost cost at 2686 rands. Exorbitant cost 2686, while low cost 2234. They found the middle value of cost 2502. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 2402. Change for December 10.6%. Monero cost expectation for January 2026. At the outset cost at 2402 rands. Excessive cost 2640, while low cost 2294. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2451. Monero cost conjecture toward the month's end 2467. Change for January 27%. Monero figure for February 2026. Before all else cost at 2467 rands. Excessive cost 2765, while low cost 2403. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2555. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2584. Change for February 47%. Monero cost expectation for Walk 2026. Initially cost at 2584 rands. Excessive cost 2748, while low cost 2388. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2572. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2568. Change for Springs by 6%. Monero figure for April 2026. Initially cost at 2568 rands. Excessive cost 3188, while low cost 2568. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 2826. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2979. Change for April 16%. Monero cost expectation for May 2026. First and foremost cost at 29.79 rands. Exorbitant cost 32.39, while low cost 28.15. They found the middle value of cost 3.15. Monero cost estimate toward the month's end 3.27. Change for May 16%. Monero conjecture for June 2026. Before all else cost at 3.27 rands. Excessive cost 3.27, while low cost 25.71. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 28.48. Monero cost figure toward the month's end 2765. Change for June 8.7%. Monero cost expectation for July 2026.